Hi, I'm Heather from Going Batty, and I am here all unglamorous because we are working in the garden a little bit today. I realized since we've been doing the travel trailer, I haven't updated you on the garden all that much. So I'm going to show you what's going on. Here are the kale plants. They're doing really great, and I have some of my herbs are now coming up. Right here is dill. This is my basil. That right there is cat grass, which I brought inside and our cat completely mowed down. Well, only one of our cats did. The other one didn't touch it. But I went ahead and here, these are my strawberry plants that were in those hanging baskets. It is so hot here and so dry that they were just drying out horribly, and I thought I was going to lose them. So I put them in these containers, and I didn't fill the containers up all the way, if you can see. So that way, if it gets cold, I can put, what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to put bamboo sticks kind of round in a teepee shape, so that way I can cover them and they won't get got by the frost. So they're doing better in here now. They're not drying out as quickly, and they're not root bound like they were. We had a horrible time pulling these apart because they were just so root bound. I have more dill here, and I thought I was gonna have all these cucumbers to make pickles with. Well, you'll see over at the lady that lets us garden at her house, when the frost came, I think it killed most of my cucumbers plants. So I'm gonna have a whole lot of dill and no cucumbers. Here are my onions, and they're doing really, really well. The ones here are doing better than those there because this one gets hit by the sprinkler system. That one doesn't. So I have to remember to water them every single day, because if you don't, it's just, they're gonna die. Over here are my potato plants, and they're doing really well too. There's been a couple days where I've had to really water them because, like I said, just super duper dry here. My peas are doing fantastic, and if you can see right here, I've got little peas on my pea plants. They're doing great. Again, more dill, which I probably am not going to be able to use. My herbs, we've cut off of them 3 or 4 times, and they keep growing back, so they're doing great. And then these are Katie's watermelon plants. We're hoping that we will get something off of these before it gets too cold. So I'm pretty sure we probably won't, but we decided to give it a try. And here, my tomato plants, I have little tiny tomatoes on them. And I think these are, yeah, these are the, what are they, green zebras? Katie loves these. These are the ones that they don't ever turn red, but they have just incredible flavor on them. And I even, over here, if you can see right there, there's some more right there, but these are doing great. And I'm really excited about this because I really thought when that frost hit, now these in the grow bags, we were able to bring in. Everything else we had to cover, like this and the peas and even the onions back there, we had to cover all of those. And I was afraid I was going to lose them, but they're doing great. So the lesson I'm learning my first gardening here in Wyoming is right here, these tomato plants are doing okay. There is a irrigation system that runs through here. I think next year mulching is going to be very important. We are going to be looking into like gardening at our own home. So, and also the other thing that I'm seeing is if there is a plant that shades it, it does better. So over here is kind of this bush here. There's some hollyhocks here, and these plants that are close to it actually are doing better. These here are the ones that just got hit by the frost really bad. They're just not doing well, and that's okay. These here also, they're not doing super hot either. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna get anything off of these, but we're gonna keep trying. But here are my spaghetti squash. I think that might actually be a cucumber. I don't know. I labeled them and then the labels got lost. But these are zucchinis, and they're doing fantastic. So I think this is a spaghetti squash. That's a spaghetti squash. So is that. And so is that. And this is zucchini. That may be a cucumber plant. This one here may be a cucumber plant. So I may get some. But over here, these, no, none of them survived. This is where the frost was the worst. It rained and then it frosted, and so these were where all my cucumbers were, and I just lost all of them. But over here, you see this giant hollyhock plant. Right behind it are my tomato plants and Jack, and these are doing great. So I'm thinking because of the shade of these, they're doing wonderful. And so they don't get like full shade, but again, because the heat here is just so hot, you know, it's just a learning curve. It seems new every time I plant. I have to learn something new. And then over here, these don't have the shade and these don't look so great, but those are my green beans. And then there, these are doing fantastic. In fact, I've got little buds on them. If you can see right here, these little buds will be bloomed soon. So I'll have green beans. And then these are just extra potatoes that I just kind of threw in a hole. And those are doing wonderful too. So that's the garden right now. All right, so that is our garden update. So you can kind of see, like, it's a learning curve. Every time I move somewhere new, I got to learn how to do things. I'm finding that water is important here, mulch is important here, and even having a little bit of shade for some plants is important here. Shade plants that, I mean, because mostly tomatoes need full sun, and the sun is just so hot here that my tomato plants actually need a little bit of shade. So make sure you like and subscribe. Leave any comments down below, and more updates as we go. Bye.